details. I don't want this video to be too long, but just to a bit of highlight. I shared that story of when I was working in VI and there was this delivery guy that came to deliver food to me and all of that. And when I saw him, I saw his belt. His belt was just like worn out. He looked good. He was a young guy, just looked really humble, good attitude and all of that. But his belt, I couldn't take my eyes off his belt. And I told him, I said, hi. After he gave me the food and all of that, I said, you know what? I'm being moved, inside to change this belt for you. And so we went to an ATM. I withdrew, I think it was 10K. I think that was even maybe all I had that day. I can't remember. But I remember withdrawing, and in my mind, I'm like, hey, wow, I don't carry all my money. That kind of thing. So, yeah. And so when I took him aside and I said, do you know Jesus? Are you a Christian? Do you believe in God? And I, preach the gospel that Jesus came so that we'll be saved, so that we will not be condemned, so that we'll have an eternal hope. Just preaching to him and all of that. And when I was done, I gave him the money and I said, please, I want you to change this belt today. This is for you. You see the way he looked, he was, when speechless, he was speechless. But the point is, that evening he sent me a message and he was like that day he was going to do something terrible. Like he was going to do something bad, because things have been tight. I got a sense that maybe he was going to join a bad gang, maybe to go and rob. I don't know, who knows? But the point is, look at how God was able to reach that guy. Aside from with the gospel, because the gospel is the power of God. Don't get me wrong. What we need is the gospel, But that act of generosity, the fact that I was willing to share, I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal. No, it's the most immediate example I have. Maybe I wish I had somebody else's experience. I would have shared that. But that act of generosity, it went a long way. And you see, from that experience, I realized this is why I have money. This is why God is sending me money. Aside from my needs and all of that, I can meet the needs of others. Imagine